Episode 90, 1950s Healthy Family Dinners. When I grew up in the 40s and 50s and the 60s, every night we ate a healthy meal together as a family. At lunchtime, I walked home to eat from my Blessed Sacrament Grammar School on Cambridge's Pearl Street, and then returned to school. Later at Cambridge Latin High School, we had a school cafeteria with 25-cent lunches. They served healthy meals cooked right there. I also worked part-time at that cafeteria. Some of the other kids brought brown bag lunches to school, usually a sandwich and a piece of fruit. Dinner or supper, as we called it in the 1950s, was prepared by my mother with simple ingredients at home, and portions were smaller. What we didn't know then was it was also a great way to control calories and body weight. I taxed my brain to remember any fat kids in my neighborhood. Cannot remember any. We were all lean and ran all day in the open air. Can't remember any overweight adults either in my neighborhood. In the 1950s, people only ate foods made at home. Fast foods, pizza delivery, and takeout did not happen until about the mid-1980s. That change has caused American obesity rates to substantially rise as we see now. I suggest today's Americans avoid the fast food restaurants with the 500-calorie meals and the 200-calorie sodas. Instead, I suggest we use the 1950s model to prepare meals at home, especially dinner. A nutritious lunch with tasty ingredients should be the standard also. There are many reasons for the difference in Americans' eating habits today as compared to the 1950s that I see as contributing to the obesity epidemic. One is increased incomes. For starters, the median 1950 American household income was $5,000. Half the population made more than $5,000 a year, and half earned less. But in 2019, the median household income was $63,000. For every dollar spent on food in 1955, 25 cents went to restaurants. Today it is more than 50 cents. Much of this includes high-calorie foods like pizza and Coke, burgers and French fries. And one more reason is the increased eating out. Today, most people eat out often. In my day, it was a special thing, done sparingly, mostly because of tight budgets. Another reason for the fat ass problem is increased food portions. Just compare portions of food from the 1950s to today. Soda in the 1950s was typically a 7-ounce portion, and today it is over 30 ounces. A hamburger in the 1950s was about 3.9 ounces and is now about 12 ounces. A portion size of French fries in the 1950s was 2.4 ounces, and today it is 6.7 ounces. So portions are 3 or 4 times larger today. And don't forget the supersizing options that many restaurants offer. Increased treats is another reason for the obesity epidemic. Ice cream, potato chips, sugary sodas, and pizza were once looked upon as treats. A 1950s family would have considered those sorts of food and beverages as an every now and then indulgence. Today's families tend to keep treats like these on hand, making it easy to overdo eating sweets and or high-calorie foods. And another reason is increased TV watching. With a TV now in almost every room of the house, plus smartphones and tablets, modern families eat meals in front of screens, and often in separate rooms. Fast foods dominate that kind of TV watching. So how about I give you a detailed sample of my Murphy family meals served in the 1950s. Monday supper might be meatloaf, mashed potatoes with gravy, canned green beans. The dessert was rice pudding and milk was the drink. Tuesday supper might be tuna casserole with egg noodles and canned peas and carrots and dinner rolls with butter. The dessert might be pineapple upside-down cake with milk as the drink. Wednesday supper might be fried chicken with potato salad and coleslaw. The dessert was Jell-O with whipped cream with lemonade as the drink. Thursday supper was baked ham and pineapple rings. scalloped potatoes, and canned corn. The dessert was chocolate pudding with milk as the drink. Friday supper. My Catholic family and also many non-Catholic families went meatless on Friday. So baked haddock or macaroni and cheese and stewed tomatoes. The dessert might be angel food cake with milk as the drink. Saturday supper was hamburger patties, French fries with green salad and dressing. The dessert was ice cream with milk as the drink. Sunday supper was always a big family dinner. Roast beef with gravy, popovers, carrots, and maybe a bean salad. The dessert was apple pie with milk as the drink. So, my advice is to go back to the basics. Enjoy a home-cooked meal, cooked like Mrs. Murphy did it, with fruits and vegetables filling half your plate. Eat dinner as a family. It is one of the most important activities you will share with your children. Dine out as a treat instead of a convenience. And as always, keep it simple and eat healthy. This is Rod Murphy. Thank you for viewing or listening to my podcast episodes. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, and if you so choose, I ask you to send a good review and or refer a friend who might be interested in this Old Boston podcast series. Again, my thanks.